Hey folks, it's Brian with Foxfire Armory, and today I'm bringing you a look at the new MK.2 WorkSharp knife and tool sharpener. I've been a huge fan, currently own the Canon edition knife sharpener, and it's been phenomenal. I used to own one of the old versions of the knife and tool sharpener. WorkSharp just came out with their MK.2, some new and improved features on it, and so I'll be going over those and giving it a little test run and giving you my honest thoughts. Thank you and stay tuned. Alright folks, well here it is. So just arrived in the mail today. It is the new MK.2 WorkSharp knife and tool sharpener. So let's get to unboxing. And so what you get a bunch of your different grit sandpaper belts, and I believe these are the 1/2-inch model. And it looks like got 2 of each of the 3 grit belts. And it also comes with your handy dandy, let's see if you can see this, handy dandy sharpening guide. So it'll tell you the speeds and the grits and number of strokes to help you kind of get through there. Whether you're using a pocket knife, kitchen knife, and then always the good old instructions. So we'll set that stuff aside. And I have to admit, I love these sharpeners. They are just so simple to use. Construction, you know, they're plastic, so they're lightweight, transportable if you wanted to. New in the MK.2 here is a multi-speed. So 1, 2, and they've actually improved some of the guides here and the, I don't know what you call them, the little guide rods here that when you pull the knife through. All right, so I actually took the belt off real quick off camera so that I could show you some of the new features and some of the stuff I really like about this. So you actually have this, which is your pull-through guide, which the knife will rest on here. And what's really cool is you can actually take it down into a grind mode. So if you're looking to reprofile a knife, or you need to really dig in and you're not looking just to sharpen, you can actually take this down and get a little bit more aggressive with the blade. This is a nice little feature. This one is more the basic. You can see I have the Canon edition here, which will do a few more angles, and including I have the blade grinding attachment on there. So pocket knives down at a 25-degree angle, kitchen knives up at a 20-degree angle. Very simple. Obviously very easy to take on and off. Belts, still same thing, kind of loop it around, and you have your spring-loaded pulley guide here. And once you kind of get that in there, you just got to finagle it in there. And once you get it in there, then you have your tensioner, right? So we'll take that back off so we can put this back on. And I will grab a couple knives that happen to need to get sharpened, and we'll get to going from there. All right, and we're back. So here is the knife we're going to be sharpening. It's a 6-inch straight kitchen knife. It is pretty dull, as it's been used a lot, and it doesn't really keep an edge the best. It was a very cheap knife, but just to kind of show you what this thing can do, we're going to use this one because I still use it around the house. And the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you wear some eye protection, and I definitely recommend a mask because when you're using the sandpaper grit, it can kick up metallic dust particles. So you're going to want to make sure that you are wearing a mask so you're not inhaling that stuff. All right, so we're going to start off on the first speed and try to get in a little bit closer here. So essentially the way that you do this is you're going to put the knife in and you're going to push it right up against this guide. Pull the trigger, you're going to pull it through, and when it gets to the tip, you let go, let the belt stop, pull it out, do it again. Now we're going to do this for this knife because it is technically still sharp. We're going to do this on the medium for probably 2 to 4 strokes. Make sure we got a nice burr going. I'm going to do it on the first speed setting because I don't want to take off too much material. And then we're going to move up to the fine or the honing belt. So here we go. And one thing you'll notice, it does a very good job of getting that burr going. You can feel it with your nail. I tend to do 1 or 2, and then I will switch over to the other side. So here we go, we're going to do the other side now. Same thing, push it down and in, and tip it just slightly, not a lot of pressure, just enough to get it over there. And then same thing. And then, yep, that actually feels really good. So I'm actually going to move on to the next belt. Right, now we have this smooth belt. Let me actually grab one here for you. So this is the extra fine or fine belt. And this is basically going to be your hone and polish. And so I believe, don't quote me on this one, I'll have to double check. But I believe that this is somewhere in the 1200 grit range, but I will double check and confirm. So here we go, and this one I am actually going to be doing 10 strokes on either side. So here we go. And halfway through, I kind of like to just test, and we are getting a very, very good edge here. I might not even do the full 10. I think we're going to give it a couple more through, and then we'll call this one good. All right, and there it is. I guess I don't have a piece of paper out here, but I guess I can give it the good old paper test here in a second, and we'll see how it does. But let's see if I can get up close here. Come on, focus. So, yeah, pretty good. All right, so I found some old paper here just sitting in the garage. So here we go, paper test. And I am really not putting any pressure into this. You can get some really nice little curls in there. So, all right, so there's the kitchen knife. And then we're basically gonna repeat the same thing for the pocket knife. So stay tuned. All right, so we're back, and here is my, I like to call this my box cutting knife, just because this is pretty much my EDC knife that I carry around, which pretty much just opens boxes. So again, we're, you know, completely different edge profile, but it's going to do the same thing. The only difference, obviously, being when I come through here, I'm going to turn slightly to make sure I'm not rounding off the tip here. Again, we're going to start with the medium grit. We're going to do, you know, 2 to 4 on either side, and then we'll finish it off again with the fine. The other kicker here is make sure we pop that down, because kitchen knives and pocket knives are not the same blade angle. All right, here we go. I should probably also mention too, when grinding any knife on this system, you're going to want to make sure that your pulls are very smooth. It's basically, I think the recommended is like an inch every second. I tend to just go with a nice, smooth, steady pull, and it seems to work out pretty good every time I do it. So. So again, we got a real nice burr going, and I think I am going to hit it just one more time on that left side here, and then finish it off on the right side. All right, now we're going to swap the belt out, and we will finish it off with the fine. All right, another little off-camera magic here. And again, we're going to do this about 10 times, you know, going either side, maybe every couple of strokes here. So here we go. All right, and I think that's about going to do it. So let's grab our handy dandy piece of paper here. And yeah, oh yeah, that's gonna be a beautiful box cutter. So, well, there you have it. I mean, I've always been a fan of WorkSharp, like I said. This new Mark II is, I think it's phenomenal. It's very easy to use, obviously. You know, this is not going to be for someone who's looking to manufacture their own knives. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could always step up to the Canon with the blade grinding attachment. This is definitely a much heavier duty unit. Metal housings, it does have some plastic parts, wider belt, but unless you're doing some serious work on knives or axes, I've even used it to sharpen lawnmower blades. This is going to be perfect for most of your everyday needs, and coming in at $100 retail, I mean, it's really just hard to beat. Like I said, you can see the dust. This is all metal particles that all got shaved off. So you are taking off some metal off the blade, so be aware of that when you are sharpening with this type of system. You're not going to want to do this super frequently, just enough to bring a really dull or a broken blade back up to a nice edge. So thank you for checking out the channel and sticking around for the WorkSharp Mark II knife and tool grinder. So thank you again. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, share. Okay, so final thoughts. This thing's awesome. It really is. It is just so simple to use, and it just really takes the guesswork out of making sure that your pocket knives are sharp, your kitchen knives are sharp, and it really does it without the cost, right? So professional sharpeners are going to cost you anywhere from $400 to, I've seen them upwards of $1,000. This is going to run you about $100 retail, plus or minus with some tax, shipping, etc. I do want to comment, the fine is actually 6,000 grit, with the medium being about 220. And then they do actually have a grinding one, which is going to be an 80 grit. So that's really going to move some metal very quickly. Speeds, obviously, the speed one is going to be most of your scissors, your knives. Let's see, what does it say here? Scissors, serrations, knives. Serrations is going to be using your 6,000 grit. And you're actually going to put it opposite side of the serration. So if you've never done that before, you can do serrated knives on this system. And then the lawnmower blades, axes, all that kind of stuff, you can do those on here. Again, that's going to be a speed 2. So it really just makes this thing a very versatile machine, and I really can't recommend it enough. They've been great. Their customer service is great. Warranties are great, and I really just enjoy the sharpener. So there it is. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you, and have a good one.